welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel for those who are returning. I am Nonzele, and this video will be on 5 tips of managing stress as a student. And being a student myself, being in college or university can be stressful. There's a lot of pressure to do well in academics as well as to be a little more sociable, and it gets to you. But there's also pressure for students who have student loans, who seems that increases the amount of pressure they have to do well, especially in the academics part, because if you don't do well, how are you going to pay back those student loans? But since I am doing this video, I'm going to show you 5 tips on how to manage stress as a student. And it goes. As I'm getting into this as a student, tip number 1 is try out some mindfulness exercises. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that they help. We learned this a lot when I was in hospital, but my psychologist also helps me with them. They give you books on how to do mindfulness activities. You do puzzles. It increase your mind activity, but it also releases stress. Some do small activities that release stress. Writing a journal can be another way to relieve stress. It's also a mindfulness activity. It releases your emotions while you're writing out everything that happened during the day, or what gives you stress or anxiety. It helps you sort out your mind and your thoughts, and it's important for you to have a different perspective than what you're having right now. So that's tip number 1, and I hope you can understand where I'm going with this. So tip number 2 is try using a planner. I tried jumping into things. In college, when I first got into college, I tried jumping into the deep end, and I didn't plan anything, and I sank. It was hard, completely hard, to do every activity there is without planning it out, because there's schoolwork and then there's social activities, and sometimes they clash. And if you don't plan things out properly, you start to miss on schoolwork, or you miss on activities, or you overwhelm yourself too much. But if you plan stuff, you know when your assignments are due, when work needs to be done, and when to relax a little, and when to do the social things. It gives you a little more structure, and it organizes everything in your life more neatly. And since you could get any online organizational app, I don't personally use one. I have I have a whiteboard in my room, with my schedule for the week, which I'm gonna show a picture right here. Anyway, after that, tip number 3 is take out time to relax. If you plan yourself so fully that you have every slot in your time to do something, you're gonna tire yourself out, like, completely. Because if you don't have time to relax, when is your body supposed to rest? When is your mind supposed to rest? It drains you. It makes you tired all the time. And it's not a good thing to feel. So try things like, in your schedule, at least have 1 day of rest. Like, do nothing on that day. Just watch movies, read phone, Instagram, TikTok, do it all. Just relax. That's how my schedule is right now. I work throughout Monday to Saturday, and then on Sunday, as they said, God worked 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. So you also need rest. I have a similar plan. I work 6 days, and the 7th day I rest. So it's important for you to do that. So we're moving on to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is keep eye on the social commitments. Don't commit to something that you can't attend. Don't commit to going to the we had this movie thing at school where they were having movies and you had to pay and you had to join, and I sort of committed, but I didn't show up. But it gives people the vibe that you are not interested in anything they're doing at school. It gives them like what they planned is not worth your time. It gives off a narcissistic point of view. But it also, if you don't keep things, like if you don't keep your commitments, how are you supposed to keep commitments on smaller things, on other things? It makes you more of a loyal person as it is. But if you keep to commitments and social things, it's very important to make sure those social activities are not things that go against your own beliefs. Like, you don't, if there's a party, you can go, but you don't have to drink just because other people are drinking. It's something I learned the hard way, because I tried that and I was blackout drunk and something could have happened to me and no one would have, I couldn't even defend myself. And that's not what college or university should be. And if you drink, have a friend or have someone, a sober buddy, someone you trust to be there to look out for you. Keep each other out of trouble and keep it intact. Okay, so if you go to tip number 5, which is try online support and apps. Online support groups, they can help. Sometimes I have a WhatsApp group. I have a few WhatsApp groups, for support groups, for mental health, to relieve stress, to talk to people who understand it sometimes, especially as someone who suffers from depression. I sometimes need someone who gets it over someone who's not gonna get where I'm coming from. So I got online support groups and I talk to them for myself. I also created a Facebook group for support, as a Facebook support group. I post stuff sometimes and I'll post the link in the description below. But you can also use apps. There's so many apps to help you relax or to stay calm, and to help you with anxiety, if you have trouble sleeping, meditation apps, as they call them, daily meditation apps. And there's so many on the Google apps. I actually am using one, and that one is called Headspace, and I use the free version, so you can also pay for it, but I'm using the free version and it works for me. It helps me schedule things, and it helps me when I have trouble sleeping, because I sometimes have trouble sleeping, but I don't like taking so many pills, as I take so many already. I take pills for epilepsy and depression, and altogether those are 9 different pills a day, and I don't want to add extra pills on top of that, and it's just too much. Okay, so try those apps. They help a lot. They can play music to help you sleep, calm you, relax you. They can also help with mindfulness activities. They have those on those apps, which was my first tip. They in there, so it's good for you. Like I said, there are so many of them, like Headspace and Calm, and so many more. I'll try to find, if I can get the link, and I'll put it in the description below, and if you want to try it, that's good for you. As I said, these are my tips that personally help me, and I hope they help you as well. So I'm not a doctor or a health profession, and I hope this advice helps you a lot. So please don't do anything that's gonna overwhelm you. Pace yourself. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this informational visit into trying to manage stress as a student and hopefully succeeding. This has been me, Sipuseti Nonzele, and I hope you please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the subscribe button below. Anyway, it's been nice. Goodbye. Peace.